It is the Morning Brew with Friends on a fun Monday morning. Here we got our buddy Greg Frost in. We're going to talk about mortgage rates. We got Courtney Custer from Roots of Empathy here. We got a couple of chefs who are going to talk about the food fight. Can't wait to hear about that, Greg. All in the Morning Brew.
Run, please.
We got a couple of chefs sitting in the green room right now. Can't wait to hear what they're going to be talking about the food fight.
Yeah,
it's going to be very cool.
It's kind of a neat show that they're doing. It's going to be cool.
It's going to be a food competition. Local chefs going against local chefs. Can't wait to hear all about it. Right? First things first, though, we got headlines that are brought to us by our buddies at the Tony and Guy Hairdressing Academy. And I love this. Have you flown out of the Sunport lately?
About 3 times a month.
Excellent, because it's going to, you know then how it's getting a little tired in spots.
A little tired, but it's still unique and beautiful compared to other airports I go to.
Absolutely. We're getting $16 million, though, to improve this one.
What are they going to do with the $16 million?
Add shade. You know that little ticketing area there where like everybody seems to kind of bunch up and the lines get kind of weird? That's going to be completely improved. They're going to have all the electronic kiosks are going to be in better spots because that's one of the hard things there when you check in. And then, of course, new baggage carousels, which is going to be great. And I guess the whole back end system that takes the baggage from the airplane to the baggage carousels, that's going to be much, much faster.
That can help, especially when you come in late.
Right.
Those later flights in the evening. It's like there's one guy out there.
I think so. One poor guy lifting every single bag.
Yeah.
And speaking of late, also new lighting, which would be great. Yeah, all on that bottom area where you pick people up. Because that weird, like, fluorescent yellow, purple, green color, you never know what you're going to get, and you can't really see anybody. So that'll be great.
I'll tell you one thing they ought to think about. I was there the other day, and there was a medical emergency. Do you know there's nobody in the building for a medical emergency at the airport?
I had no idea.
There's not a nurse or an emergency tech.
You just have to pray that there's a doctor somewhere?
No, you go to the firehouse that's a mile away.
Oh, wow.
And the firemen come over.
I had no idea.
And I thought to myself, boy, if there's any kind of an upgrade we ought to have is to have some kind of medical personnel. EMT.
Right. Even my elementary school had a nurse.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Have you seen the animation of Pluto?
Yes.
This is cool, isn't it? We've got this animation that we found that we just loved. It's from the Telegraph, and this is just the coolest thing. They took all of the photos that just came back from Pluto and just combined them into this beautiful animation. Hey, Dan, how far away did we say this thing was? 1 billion miles? 1 trillion miles?
1 gazillion.
1 gazillion. That's the Google report right there is 1 gazillion miles?
Actually, 4.5 billion.
No, that's nothing. That's nothing.
A lot closer than we thought.
Right.
Yeah.
And but it's cool because it's so smooth. And I would never have thought of this, but that means craters haven't hit it. Asteroids, other things haven't hit it.
No age bumps.
No age bumps. That's exactly it. I mean, it's only 100 million years old.
Yeah.
We thought it would be this really, really old planet.
Yeah.
And they think now that it's just now forming, and there's still a lot of geological formations actually
Maybe that's
happening.
why we didn't see it until just a short time ago.
It just hadn't been born yet.
Yes.
That might be it. And this is, I know you watch the economy here. You watch it very closely. Albuquerque is still in the recession. We have a new report out. This is pretty crazy. There was a study that looked at 327 metro areas and the largest metro areas in the nation. Guess where Albuquerque ranked?
Just ahead of somewhere in Mississippi.
Right. 327th.
Oh, gosh.
Of three, yeah. And then Santa Fe, though, 320th. We are right there at the bottom. We are still not quite on top of it yet.
That's almost as close as Pluto is to Earth.
I think we got just as far to go to get our economy to
Well, we're
there.
still losing jobs and we're still losing people.
Right.
If you pull Albuquerque out of the MSA, take Rio Rancho and set it aside, Albuquerque's been losing population for the last decade.
Right. And
it's unfortunate.
It really is. You don't think about Albuquerque as being an out-migration city, but people are leaving, and we're not doing anything to keep them here, which is tough. I love this. I know you're a sports guy. You like golf, too, right?
Yeah.
Yes. Have you been following Jordan Spieth's kind of climb?
Kid's on fire.
Right? He's 22 years old, and he is he could win the Masters right now. It's pretty amazing.
Well, he's very close, and he's shown us already that he's got the chops.
Yep.
You know?
And I guess all weekend in England, it was like rainy and windy and horrible. Scotland, I mean. And these guys weren't able to play.
I turned it on. I was going to watch it for a little bit,
Yeah.
and there was just talk going on and
Yeah.
showing the flags blowing like crazy. Yeah. Wasn't very entertaining.
No doubt, no doubt. But I think today, I guess they're going to play again. So maybe tomorrow morning we'll have a headline. We'll be able to say he won or he didn't win, or we'll still find out. And then finally, this is the last year for the Arabian Horse Show in Albuquerque. This has been a thing that it's been close to our hearts in Albuquerque for years and years and years. And Oklahoma City spent $100 million on a horse pavilion. And we're not going to be able to see these beautiful horses anymore. But this is your last week. Get on down to the, I call it the Cow Palace. The old Tingley, right?
Yeah.
And get on down there, see the horses. Last chance to see these beautiful horses before they leave to Oklahoma. And then we'll be back in about just 2 minutes, and we'll talk a little bit more about the economy with you, Greg, on the Morning Brew with Friends.